why smaller companies are going to dominate in the future of work. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutos or less. Today I wanted to talk to you about small companies. A lot of the videos that I do in this web series on The Future in 5, I'd say they tend to focus a little bit more towards medium or actually more towards larger size companies. So I had somebody ask me, what do I think is going to happen with small companies? Are they going to disappear? Are they doomed to fail? What's going to happen with those guys? I actually think the future of work definitely favors smaller companies. I think there's going to be a lot of disruption that smaller companies are going to bring into the workplace. So, let's take a look at why this is happening and what the landscape is looking like. So, if you were to go back a couple years ago, larger companies had all the resources, they had all the latest software, they had all the best talent, they had all the best technologies, and so they were able to do things that smaller companies couldn't do. They just couldn't. Smaller companies didn't have the money, they couldn't bring in this top talent, they didn't have the resources, they didn't have the technologies, yada, yada, yada. They didn't have any of that stuff. Now, fast forward to 2015 and beyond, and look at the environment that we live in. Today, any small company can be up and running with the best piece of enterprise software in literally 5 minutes or less. As long as it takes you to watch this video, you can be up and running with the best piece of enterprise software for a couple bucks a month. Look at how you can attract top talent, right? You can find talent anywhere in the world using freelance marketplace sites. So it's amazing to see the new world of work that we're living in. And so what that means for smaller companies is that they have the same tools that larger companies have. They can tap into the same talent that these larger companies have, but they also have a lot of other benefits. They're faster, they're more nimble, they're not bogged down by bureaucracy. They don't have internal office politics to deal with. They can be virtual and more distributed. They can really start to cause some disruption in the large company space. And we're talking about any industry. Look at what companies like Box have done to companies like Oracle, what companies like Square have done to the finance space. Look at companies like Uber, which is now massive, has done to logistics and transportation. Look at what Airbnb has done to the hotel and not transportation yet, just the hotel and travel and leisure space. These are all companies that used to be very small. They grew up and became very, very big and big and big. But this is still applicable to smaller companies, 5, 10, 50, 100 employees. I run a very, very small team. Depending on the project that I'm working on, it could be 5 people. Yet I'm still able to work with amazing, talented individuals anywhere in the world. I'm still able to do videos like this and put them up on YouTube. I'm still able to use the same types of technologies that these big companies are using. So I think the future of work is really all about smaller companies. I think smaller companies have a huge play here. In fact, it's one of the 14 principles in that book on the future of work is that larger companies must learn to operate like smaller companies. And I did a video on this a couple days ago where I talked about this is why Google has split up into smaller pieces under their Alphabet umbrella. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that everything is rosy for smaller companies. They're still not as plentiful when it comes to resources. They don't have the brand name recognition. It's still harder for them to do sales and development because they're growing and nobody knows who they are. They don't have as many cash reserves, etc. But, that's a challenge that every company has always had to face with, right, around growing and building and biz dev. But I think the other challenges as far as resources, tapping into talent, getting access to technologies, that's on a level playing field. You as a small company can get top talent the same way that IBM or Coke or Whirlpool or T-Mobile can. You can use the same technologies that these big guys are doing, which means that you as a smaller company can create amazing disruption in any industry. So when we think about the future of work, I definitely think that smaller companies are going to cause amazing amounts of disruption. I think a lot of them will get acquired. Big companies are going to see small companies that are doing innovative things. They're going to say, we want you. We're going to bring you in-house. That's a decision that the smaller companies need to decide if they want to do or not. But I don't think small companies are going away. I think smaller companies are going to kick ass over the next couple of years when we think about the future of work. I think we're going to see great job growth in small companies. Small companies contribute an enormous amount, to overall GDP. So I think there's quite a lot that's going in the favor of small companies. Curious to hear what you think. When you think about the future of work, small companies, where do you think they're going? Do you think they're going to disappear? Do you think they have a play? Do you work at a small company or a large company? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to sponsor an episode of The Future in 5, you can send me an email at jacob@thefutureorganization. You can also find me on Twitter at JacobM. If you have a question or topic that you want me to explore or discuss on this video series, then let me know. And of course, if you want to get access to more videos, articles, podcasts, other fun stuff on the future of work, make sure to check out thefutureorganization.com. I'll see you next time. And remember, future of work, small companies got a big play. See you next time. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.